Hello, hello. Welcome to Leap Taken. Here at Leap Taken, I talk all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And today we are speaking about affirmations, using affirmations in witchcraft. I don't think I've talked too much about this. I think I've hinted at the concept of using affirmations in my own practice over the years. But I kind of want to talk about this a little bit more deeper. Let's do a deep dive. And I have my notes because y'all know I do tangents. And if you didn't know, if you're first time watching, I go off. I come back to the point, but I go off. We're going to stay on the point for the most part. Affirmations are intentional, positive statements that help you manifest your desires and focus your energy during spell work and rituals. Okay, I wanted to make sure I said that correctly. So, but we're going to talk about how to use them, how to use these affirmations, a little bit on why they might be important, specifically in your witchcraft. And I'm going to share some, I don't want to say my favorites, but some affirmations with you that you can use. So most of you guys probably already know what an affirmation is. We use them for self-care, working in mindfulness and things like that. But it can be powerful in witchcraft. Remember, your words are spells, so think about it like that. Words have energy. And when you use an affirmation, you're not just speaking, you're directing energy and intention into the universe. And affirmations help us align our thoughts with our magic, allowing us to manifest what we want more effectively. So I like to think of affirmations as magical commands. When you say something like, I'm open to receiving abundance, you're actively inviting that energy into your life. But the key, affirmation should always be in the present tense, positive and specific. So you're stating your intention, and it's you're stating your intention as if it's already happened or happening. That's part of the magic. So how does affirmations fit into your witchcraft? So whether you're doing spell work or ritual or even, your daily practice of witchcraft, affirmations can be woven in effortlessly. So whether you're doing your daily witchcraft practice or, any part of it, affirmations can be worked into your practice very easily. Something that you say first thing in the morning, something that you say before you go to sleep. A specific affirmation to align with the spell that you've already completed is also another good way of using affirmations in witchcraft. Examples, some examples of affirmations, because this is, you'll want this. Depending on the intention or the spell of the spell or ritual, these might work. So feel free to take these, make them your own. For protection, I am safe, grounded, and shielded from all harm. I'll repeat it. For protection, I am safe, grounded, and shielded from all harm. For abundance, I welcome prosperity into my life with gratitude. For healing, my mind, body, and spirit are aligned and whole. I think that's very powerful. For self-love, I am worthy of love, respect, and all good things. For confidence, I trust in my inner wisdom and my personal power. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about it in witchcraft, the affirmation. So our thoughts shape our reality. We all agree with that, right? So obviously, when you're speaking these affirmations, you're telling the universe what we believe, and in turn, the universe starts aligning to that belief. So if you say, I'm confident and powerful enough times, that energy begins to build within you, right? So it clears away doubt and negativity, making room for your intentions to manifest more clearly, where you do believe you are confident and powerful. and that belief becomes the reality. Another way to use affirmations is during rituals. So, for example, if you're doing a spell for abundance, you can hold a green candle and say, I'm open to receiving the blessings of abundance. Visualize the energy flowing into your life as you speak. It's like planting a seed. The affirmation is the watering that helps it grow. So, for instance, during, I would say, a new moon ritual, I would want to add these affirmations in. So, if you're not clear, within a ritual, you can do a spell. So, or you can just make that part of the ritual itself. That's up to you. But I typically do spells within ritual. So the ritual is the new moon ritual, and I would be doing a spell within it. Let's say, again, if I, to bring in abundance or something like that. So I would use that affirmation almost as if it's a charm, but speaking in the present tense. And I would say align to that by, let's say, every day I wake up, maybe I have it on my bathroom mirror, and I speak those words. This is great for any purpose. Again, self-love, prosperity, for healing. I mean, imagine a healing work for yourself. If you need some healing for whatever, issue, disease or whatever, and you're just speaking, you're doing spell work for it. And this is one of those, it can be low effort magic, meaning you don't have a lot of things going on. It's not maybe a lot of layers, but don't be fooled by the fact that it seems low effort, because your mind is engaged. And for some of us, that's the hardest thing about all of this, about practicing magic, about being a witch, is engaging your mind and following, letting your thoughts follow what you say you're intending, right? So I talked about writing the affirmations down and then putting it on your mirror. That's actually another powerful way to use it. I mean, you can go as far as to, get the font that you like, type it out, and then print it out, maybe even put it in a frame on your desk. On your phone, you can also have it as your background as well. Same concept. Because for some of us, we have our phones all the time, so it can be your wallpaper background on the phone, your cover screen. There's a couple you can, if you are someone who works at home, it's easier to kind of have this stuff around, because, if you're working in a public location, you might not want people in your business like that. But if that's why I say the phone screen, or even if you have an Apple Watch or something like that, make it your watch face. Take a picture and you make it a watch, so you can just see those words, and that's just for you. Write it, I'm a planner, so every day I start my day off with my planner. So, they're always nearby. So you can write it down at the top of the page, or if you have a space in your planner to write words of affirmation or things like that, just get in the habit of using it. That's part of the magic as well, using it. And I've done this, so I understand. You read them, it's like, oh, I love that affirmation, and you might have spent that one day and then you forget and you don't do it again. Unfortunately, I've done that, so I understand. But let's evolve. Let's actually use these affirmations, right? Going forward, so we can really see the magic unfolding. Now, I will say this. I have experience multiple times using affirmations, specifically within my witchcraft, and it really working and boosting my spells. One of them, and I'll share this with you guys, was to be a powerful witch. And I did this one some years ago. I was still living in Florida, and it was something I was working on a lot, and I was coupling it with some sounds and things like that. Something I had seen, and I kind of made it my own. And around that time, I also had did I did a whole thing of shadow work. I designed like questions. I, scoured looking like, well, what does this even mean? What does this look like? And I found it, and I wanted to kind of work through some things. So I'm working through these other things, this shadow side, and I'm speaking this affirmation quite often, like almost daily. And I don't even remember for how long. I know it was going on for some time. And I will tell you, coupled with spells and ritual, specifically around moon energy. Now, at that time, I had access to living by the ocean in Florida, so South Florida. So I would go there for my moon rituals. That was part of the ritual, to go to the beach at night. It's better because nobody's around. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want people in my business. But you just have the moonlight, especially, during a full moon. So I would speak that. I empower, because I wanted, part of me being a powerful witch meant also tapping into confidence, right? To feel that I am that person, that I am someone who can carry out a ritual and a spell to success. And I'm a high priestess of a coven. At that time, I didn't know that. I was still saying, I don't even know if I want to be in a coven. So these affirmations work if you couple them with your spells and rituals in your witchcraft. Tangent over. But seriously, they work if you want them to work. I will say this: when you first started, I kept it simple. I am a powerful witch. I didn't say a lot of other words. Keep it simple. Choose one or two that really resonate with you and use them consistently. Remember, it's not just about saying the words. It's about feeling them and letting them align with your energy. That's where the magic happens. Feel the words. In the beginning, you might not. I didn't necessarily feel powerful the very first time I said that. I just felt like, I do all right. That's kind of, you can't take the jersey out of me. That's how and over time, it was something that I had to believe in. I had to believe because I was having a reality where it was showing itself. To having, the psychic abilities awaken me through dreams, to show me where I would live, that I would be living here. Now, I didn't have the house down. My vision in a dream was me looking out the window. And when I look out a window or stand on my porch, I see what I saw in that dream. So that's chilling, actually. I had the dream months before, and I wrote it down. I never forgot it because I knew it was important. And then when I saw an opportunity come up, I took it, and then everything just kind of, fell in line. Psychic abilities, being able to sort of forecast about the future, being able to know how to use that, how to work spells, that's all part of being a powerful witch. So it was working. Those were the highlights I wanted to hit. If you're working on any spells, when you're working, I should say, on your spells, hopefully you are working on spell work, what do you want to share in the comments any affirmations you're actually using? Or do you use affirmations? I know in the beginning, prior to then, so that would have been back in 2000, I can't remember, 18, trying to place this for a reason because that's when I got more intentional about it. I'm pretty sure it was like 2018. I got more intentional about using affirmations in my witchcraft. Since then, I realized I have been lately using more affirmations, but I kind of went through something where I kind of just stopped. And the something was, things became true. All the spell work I did, the big move, the big life change, my spells on spells on spells, everything was successful. And I've kind of just been chilling. Then I had another life change and I did a spell work for that. And then that was successful. And I'm like, okay, one of the things that I've been trying to figure out for myself is, so what's next? So I figured out what's next. So more affirmations are coming in to back up what's next for me. That's how I think about it. So if you have ever watched any of my older videos and I talk about spells on spells on spells, that means doing multiple spells to achieve big things. I do love the idea of just, using about 5 candles to do things and it's all done. So here's the thing, I'll use 5 candles and they'll all have an aspect to a larger picture. Then I'll do that, let's say on this day of the week. A certain day that I want to align with some other energies, but for the bigger goal, I'll do another spell. Then in a ritual, I will also align with that energy in a ritual, let's say for a full moon. Then, if it's an upcoming holiday, Samhain, okay, great. Let me petition my ancestors in the spirit realm to aid me in this quest to this bigger thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's spells on spells on spells for me, where it's multi-layered approach to this bigger life, to this bigger lifestyle change, because it's usually a lifestyle. So if you are single and you don't want to be single anymore, and you want to be married, or you want to have someone and you want this person to be a certain type of person, that's a spells on spells on spells situation for me. That's the solution. That's how I would approach it. If you don't just want a job, you want a career, right? That's a multi-layer approach. So I think you need to take multi-layer approach in your magic, because maybe you don't have the education to back up, the career that you want, or maybe you don't even know what career you want. So you have to, I would start with divination. I would start with clarity spells for sure. I would definitely summon or reach out to ancestors who were successful. Make a point to reach out to them if you know any specific ones, and then, ask them to help guide you, that sort of stuff. So with that, I would be casting a spell for a muse and using that in some sort of ritual. There are so many approaches. There's so many things that you could do. But along all of that, think about it. If you have an affirmation to back all that, like the whole thing of all those different spells, and that's kind of the unifier that you're saying every time you do a ritual or a different type of spell for a different aspect of the bigger thing that you want, that's the connection. And then you're saying that, and you're staying consistently aligned. It's not for anybody else. It's just for you. Hopefully you're not telling everybody what you do, right? Your magic, right? Don't. You can't tell everybody all about your spells and the things that you're working on. Not because people intentionally mean you harm or you have enemies, because you might and you don't realize it. But even the people who love us the most, sometimes if they don't understand or your dream sounds scary to them, they might sideline you with their negative thoughts, thinking it's concern. So you have to be mindful of that. But there's an affirmation for that too, for protection. So keep that in mind as well. All right, I'm going to end it here. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. Again, I'm Mika. This is Leap Taken. Please like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my website, leaptaken.com, and the services that I offer there. Also, you can join Leap Taken membership here on YouTube. It's like a Patreon. It does support the channel, and there are perks like member-only videos where I am conducting real magic spells and rituals. Also, deep discounts over at leaptaken.com about those services that I offer. And I have a second channel here on YouTube, if you didn't know. It's called Magical Lifestyle of a Cottage Witch. You can check that out. The link is in the description. All right, thank you so much for watching. Bye.